In this video I'm going to show you how to create this using HTML, CSS, JavaScript without using any framework. Let's start from scratch. Control N, Control S, and index.html. I'm using Emmet, so we'll include a font which is called Lato from Google Font. And let's start. We are going to link the external style sheet, style.css. So here we are going to style the body first. Let's give the margin and padding to 0, and let's give the background color as the color which you see over here. Let's open our index.html. Fine, this is our body. Now let's design this container. If you see, the container is at the center of the screen, so let's give the width to it. Let's give the background color width to 700 pixel. Now if we see, nothing would be there. And now let's code the HTML container. Inside the container we are going to have inner container. Inside inner container we are going to have two column 1 and column 2. So the container is of 700 pixel width. Let's style the inner container. This is going to be display table, and width is going to be 100%. That means it is going to be 700 pixel. Now inside the inner container we have a class called column, and this column will have width of 350 pixel, which two columns which together will combine and make it 700 pixel. And we'll have the display table cell. Now this is a table, and this is one cell of a table, and this is another cell of a table. Now if you see, I have downloaded this image, and let's design this image first. And before having the image, I want the class called image holder to be there for this image, and inside that I want to have image, and the image name is 1.png, which is in the same folder. So let's refresh, which is too huge, so we have to give the height and width accordingly. We know this is 350 pixel, so we can give the width as 300. And to make this at the center, let's catch a container and give margin 1 pixel and auto, which will make it to the center. Fine, this is working. Now what I need is, I want to add some padding over the image. That's the reason why I added the image holder class. On top 55 pixel, on right 30, let's say 15 pixel, on bottom 0 pixel, and on left let's say 30 pixel. So if you see, so we have come somewhat same. Just the difference is the padding and bottom. So let's give some bottom as 20 pixel, and now maximum it is same. There's some space Let me make it 20. Okay, somewhat clear. Now let's design this. And just like we have image holder, let's have a class called text holder, and this is going to have text just like we have image here. The image holder has padding. The same way I'm going to give padding to text holder, 35 pixel on all 4 sides. Let me copy this and have this inside span and add a BR over here. So let's see how does our text looks like. This is how it looks, but we don't want this. So inside the text holder, let's have a class called text content, and that text content will hold the span tag. So whatever design we are going to give for this text, we will be giving it to the class called text content. And the font family we are going to use is Lato, and the color is going to be white, and the font size is going to be 24 pixel, and the line height is going to be 1.2. So let's see how does it looks. And now we have this inside a div, so we'll make this as a paragraph, the paragraph that hold the span tag. If you see a space between two cells, it is because you see the column is taking up all the spaces at the top. So for that, what we do is we'll add a property called vertical align top. And now if you see, things are in the place what we actually need. Fine. And if you see again the same way, we have this. So this time what we do is I'll copy paste the same thing. So the text content will add a padding of 10 pixel. Let me show you. So use the same, paste it here, but this time it is going to be lorem ipsum. And we need to have another class of span called span. So we'll use we'll call the class which is inside text content. I have named it as span, and I'm going to give the font size as 12 pixel. If you see, we are somewhat close. Just the line height is too big. Let's see what the line height here is. If you see, the text content is taking the space of 24 pixel. That's the reason. So we don't want to give the class text content over here. We'll give some other class, a lorem holder, and the lorem holder is going to have the same class other than the font size. Here in this case it is going to be just 12 pixel. If I see, if you see here, we are somewhat close. Just there is a space between here. Let me remove it. You see the paragraph is by default getting the margin, so we have to remove the margin for the text content. as 0. And now if you see, it's somewhere close. Let's I think we have to give the font weight over here. Fine. Now let me 100. That was enough. Now let's add this register now button. So let's add a button just above the lorem holder, and we'll give the class as btn, and the text is register now. Let's call this btn and give the style. So this is going to have a border on all the sides as 1 pixel solid white, and let's add a padding. On top and bottom it is going to be 15 pixel, on left and right it is going to be 10 pixel, and we're going to give a display inline block so that it takes the necessary space, not more than what it needs. Then we'll give color as white. So on top and bottom, left and right, let me add 20 or 30. And we need to add a margin as well. Left and right as 15 pixel, on top and bottom 0 pixel. The color is little dim here. Let me see the color. So we have got the color. It is not white, it is actually this color. So we'll replace white with this color. Fine. And if you see, it is totally uppercase. Text transform uppercase, and the font family is Lato. The space here is too much. Let's fix this. I'm getting into the inspect and I'm checking what is making the space. It is margin of lorem holder. Just copy it and paste it over here. And the button can have margin of 10 pixel to the top. And now if you see, on top and bottom, let me make it 10 pixel. The font size is big for the lorem holder. Let me make it 11. And the span also has, let me have it 11. And if you see, let us make this white. Fine. We have got somewhat similar to the expected output. Now just the padding. Let's remove some padding on left and right. And yes, get the source code to follow along.